in the book, The Way of the Superior Man, I don't have it here because I've given it to my older brother to read, but I finished it and I started reading it again the second time because I felt like I wasn't using the principles, but that's a different topic. So in this book, The Way of the Superior Man, the author says, align 100% of your life, as close to 100% of your life, to your purpose. And I'm seeing this with my older brother, and a bit with me as well. So for an example, I'll use my older brother. He wants to be an MMA fighter. And I see him aligning a lot of his life to his purpose. Not 100%, because that's almost impossible, but as close to 100% as possible. He's training a lot. He's got MMA/jiu-jitsu lessons 3 times a week with me as well. I joined in with him very recently. He's constantly training. Even at around 7:10, we went on a run all the way up to the top of our estate. It's like 750 meters up and down, but most of it is just up. It's very harsh. There's barely any flat ground. Stairs and stairs and stairs, and it's slippery and it's wet and it's dark. But he's doing that right away when he wakes up. He's training right after that, taking a cold shower right after that, then resting, eating what he needs to fuel himself and fuel himself for the rest of the day's training. Then he goes through the day training as much as he can, resting as much as he needs, and then training again. Sleeping for the right amount of time so that he can perform better the next day. Now quickly for this is going to be like a side tangent kind of part, but I think it is pretty important in this topic. People say, how am I meant to align 100% of my life to my purpose if I need to sleep, for example, or I need to eat? Then if you've read the book, then you know that he mentions diet. Optimizing your diet to make it the best you can for your purpose. So for an MMA fighter, you'd be eating the best things you can to perform better in MMA. So not junk food, not donuts, cookies, all of that. So none of that. Optimize your diet so that you can perform better succeed more in your purpose. And sleep could be part of your purpose. For example, if it was something physical, like building an aesthetic body, or like I said, like I'm using the example of my older brother, if it's something physical you need to train for, then sleeping would help you recover, one, and it would give you the energy you need to perform better the next day. And I say this a lot of the time. Usually I say, sacrifice your current comfort and pleasure or gratification for your future self. So don't eat the chocolate now, eat something healthy so that your future self can have the gratification of feeling better, not putting on the weight and eating the sugar in the chocolate, and just feeling better after having something healthy instead of the chocolate. And it's all decided by you, the current you. And so I say a lot of things like sacrifice your comfort and replace your comfort for discomfort so that your future self can have the gratification of your past self's actions. But there's one exception, which is sleep. Sleep is a time where you get 7 to 9 hours of comfort, rest. It's starting to rain now. So sleep is a time where you get 7 to 9 hours of comfort, rest, and basically pleasure. And I say this because, like I said, you need to sleep to perform better the next day. Because I know how it feels to go to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning and wake up at maybe 6. Because I used to be like that. I used to do that. Quite a lot, actually. And I know how you feel the next day. It's not great. And so your past self, or your current self, goes to sleep at the right time and wakes up at the right time for your future self to get the energy and the gratification they need to perform well in the day. So sleep is basically the only time, and rest, sleep and rest, which are basically the same thing, is the only time that you need to maximize pleasure and comfort, because it pays off the next day. I made this video because I think a lot of people need this. And I'm going to use most of the boys in my grade as an example for you. A lot of them play football, or I think a lot of my viewers are American and Canadian, so I can say football or soccer. So a lot of them play football or soccer, and that would be like their purpose, their life goal. That's what they want to succeed at most. And so I would tell them, try to align 100%, as close to 100% of your life as you can to this purpose. And their lives are sad. They're like Jeffries. They play video games, they eat bad, they don't sleep well at all. They sleep in on the weekends and all of that. And I've noticed that they align more of their life to comfort and playing FIFA, like the video game. They align more of their life to the video game than they do to their actual purpose. Which is really, really bad. Because they might play soccer or football at break time during school, so for an hour. Then maybe have training 2 times a week for an hour each time. So around 7-8 hours training per week. And then the rest of the time on the holidays and all of that. Holidays, weekends, and all of the resting time. They just align their life to comfort, sleeping in, staying up late, and playing video games, playing FIFA, which is what their purpose is aligned to, like playing football, the sport, but they play it in a video game more than they do training to become good at it, even though it's their purpose. So that's something I've noticed, and if you feel like you're doing that, then find your purpose and try to make it enjoyable and more fun than the video games. Very recently, I made a video on how to get rid of your desire for sugar and how to maximize your diet. And right now, I don't need sugar. I can look at it and I can just go, okay, don't need it, not eating that. And my diet has been great for the past few weeks. And just making the pleasurable thing like sugar, cookies, all of that, and making it making my desire for it so small that I don't even need it is something that is really hard to get. It's really hard to get to that point. And their desire for comfort and playing video games is massive. So it would be really hard to fight that. But if you can make aligning your life to your purpose, training football and playing it a lot, and more playing football in real life more than playing the video game, and making it more fun and more enjoyable, then it just makes the fun, purposeful sport that you want to succeed in more enjoyable, more fun, and more comfortable, I guess, than playing the video game. This can be hard to do because it's physical activity and it's off the comfortable sitting down playing like this all day shit posture. It's harder to do than that, but it goes by the concept of delaying gratification for your future self. It's taking away the comfort of your current self and giving the gratification to your future self. So watch out for that. Something I've noticed. They're playing the video game, a video game of what they want to achieve, of what their purpose is, more than they're working towards a goal or their purpose. Watch out for that, and I wish you luck in succeeding in your purpose, your current purpose. And I hope you can peel back that layer of your purpose and do it as best as you can.